Welcome to the Narrowboat that James built. Hope you're very well, thank you for joining me. Well, I need to carry on with the dinette today. Obviously yesterday I put on the side cladding, which kind of has really transformed the place. I know I keep saying that, and I guess that's the way with these things, is that it's all kind of done first fix or second fix, and then it kind of comes together towards the end. And much like, you know, in the bow bedroom, or when I put the cupboards on the kitchen, it's gone from looking like a carcass or a shell, something which was just utilitarian, to something, well, dare I say it, more aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, it's really worked. But as I'm spending a lot of time now in the dinette, and as much as that's more comfortable, and in a weird way, having the siding, having the cladding on has made it more comfortable. I don't know why. It must be purely psychosomatic, because obviously I don't touch it, but I guess just having a finished surface does make it more comfy. But it's kind of once again prompted me that I need to get a rig along on the fireplace, because as much as I'm sitting there comfortable in a usable space, I'm staring at this, which irks me somewhat. I'm not going to finish the upper parts yet, because that requires some stainless steel trim, which I'm speaking to my metal man about. But all of this stuff here, and the bottom of the hearth and going up the side there behind the gunnels, that can be finished, and I'm planning on finishing it all in that white oak, stripping it all down and putting kind of panels in here, panels down there and up the side. I'm trying to not make it too oak heavy, even though it's a nice material, because well, for the very reason I want the tiles and the stove and everything to stand out. But that will be the plan, is to kind of get that finished next. I need to work out how I'm going to do the bottom of the hearth, because if I tilt the camera down for a sec, you'll see. But under it, well, you'll see, it's every time I open the door, all the ash and shit falls out. Under here is full of crap. But actually under this area here is somewhere I'll probably want to use it as a little bit of storage. Not for obviously anything particularly bulky, but it will probably work quite well for the stove gloves, and some kindling and bits and pieces like that. So I'm thinking of having like a little tray that comes out underneath that, which obviously means that this part here is going to need to be detachable. So I'm thinking about mounting this on with magnets. That side there will be fixed, because I can't access that through there anyway. But now it leads me on to my conundrum, which is, do I make the oak flush with the top of these tiles? Obviously I want to take off that edge there, well, not take it off, but I want to make sure that no one can touch that, certainly the kids touch that kind of sharp edge there. So it's obviously going to come up at least flush with that. The advantage of it being flush is that means I can sweep all of this crap straight off the tiles onto something else. If there was a lip on it, which I think would look better, then it's obviously going to pose me a slight problem in sweeping that off. It means I'm going to have to hoover it, or, you know, use a brush or whatever, which is no big deal. But then it's about volume of material. If I was to make this higher, I want these heights of this plank basically to be the same uniform all around the fireplace. So if I was to, the height of these planks here is determined by the height of this one here. So that's really where I'm starting, and trying to work that out, because I don't want this one to be kind of 11 centimeters high and then these ones to be 10 or 12s or anything like that. I want them all to be the same. So it really does determine this, but I've got such a finite amount of this oak left. Obviously I can buy more, but I don't really want to. I'm trying to just make do with all the timber I've got and not purchase any more. But anyway, so that's something I really need to kind of just consider there. So any opinions on that would be most useful. I've had a couple of things turn up in the post. Captain J Slow Patrol, that's always quite interesting. Oh, is this my beanie hat? That's that bit done. I've got another one. This literally feels like there's nothing in it. It's a washing up bowl. There's no name on it. I'm going to hazard a guess, Carol, because you like to make sure that I've got all my shit together. So thank you very much, my love. That'll come in handy. Right, I'm going to take the label off this hat because it's itching the top of my head and crack on with the dinette. What I need to do is now trim down the top so it's nice and flush. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's a nice smooth edge. This plane is brilliant. Well, I'll sand that down, but I'm happy with that. Oh, it works really well. You can barely see those tongue and groove joints. Happy days. Yeah, that makes it a lot more kind of homely, a lot more finished than it was. Yeah, and the view from the galley is pretty good. Yeah, that's made a vast difference. Right, well, I was just about to put the mark out where these should go, and to do that I need to open this up, which has just reminded me I need to change the hold positions for this because it's doing my head in. Oh, that's easier. Be better if it wasn't cutting my fingers every time I opened it. Right. Oh. Now I think this is the right size for these. Looks like it. Right, so there's a few things to consider with the placement of these. So, firstly, they got a long thread. So that's the bit that you'll see, and through all of that needs to go this, and then on the other side, that kind of little nut holds it in place. Now obviously I've got the CLS on this, so I can't go through too far. It's going to have to be somewhere fairly kind of there, which, given the fact that you need a cable to come out of it and then go up, isn't the end of the world. I mean, I'd ideally like it higher up. If that's the case, which I can do, I'm going to have to excavate some of the CLS here to get the bits in, which I'm now thinking is not such a bad idea, because on the back of here obviously is the connectors, and I'm just looking at that now. If that were the case, then if I was to create a hole kind of yay big in the CLS, then that would protect the connectors. You just have the two cables coming out the CLS. That means I can put it at the height I want it and provide a little bit more stability or security really for the cables going in and out of these. The other good thing is, because I over ordered on this lot, I mean, I've got loads of them. I don't need anywhere near this many. I've got more over there. I was probably going to go a bit mad for them in the dinette, and I was probably going to have 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. And I don't think at any point there are going to be 6 devices being charged simultaneously at the dinette. I think at the very most there might be 3. So the fact that this has now been made a bit of a trickier job actually probably saves me putting way too many sockets on this, just because I think it would probably look quite cool, but they wouldn't do if they're all down here. That would not be good at all. So they need to be up the top here. So that means I need to now just make sure I'm okay for clearance here and excavate a whole load of that. And now I'm questioning what the best way of doing that is. I don't want to take out too much of the CLS, because obviously it's going to impact the security of the dinette. This batten here goes across. I think if anything, I could take out maybe the lower 2 inches, and that'd still provide quite a bit of protection, and that's quite easy to take out just with the multi-tool, obviously. I'm not sure how far those screws go in. I think they were fairly meaty. I can't really be bothered to go back and check the video when I made the dinette and see what screws I used. But even if they were those big ones, they're only going to come up to there. Those are the big screws I used. So they would come up to there. Okay, fine. So I need to sort it about there. So this is the screw length going in. That's the bit I need to cut out there. It's that area there. That all needs to come out, and that will provide me a decent housing for this, but also it will mean that I can actually get my fat fingers in there to actually put that nut on the thread coming through on that. So, right, can I get the bloody thing in? Yes, I can. Am I going to hit that screw? Oh, I might have to move over a little bit. Right. Now I don't have to, as long as I can, I don't have to take off the ply backing. I'm certain, obviously I'm just going to do a hole through here, but I don't have to worry about this. Right, we're through. Yeah, that's a decent fit. Excellent. That's actually worked out really well, because by the time the connectors are on there, I'll be able to chase a little bit round there, so it means that the putting stuff in and out of the dinette is not going to impact the cables. And that's what she looks like. Yeah, I can make my peace with the height of that. That's fine. Bit more rigmarole than I thought, to be honest. I thought just a quick hole through 20 mils worth of laminate and ply and whack it on, but not the case. But if I were to go for that, it would have been down here, and that would look ridiculous. At least here it's clearly at the top. Well, I know I keep saying this throughout this kind of latter stages of the build, but it's made it feel totally different just by having this siding on, and having the plug in there, in fairness, having the socket at the end of that one. It just looks like another, I guess before it was white and filthy, and had been that way for a long time, and now it's not. This is a finished surface, much like the oak in the bow bedroom. It's great to see something and think, okay, cool, that's how it's going to be finished. I'm happy with how it's gone on. I'm really happy with this top line. I didn't think it'd be anything like as good as that. I don't think I'm gonna have to put any trim on it, because you can't even see those little, I think they were brass nails, but you can't see them anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, that's a nice finish, that is. Obviously put some trim on the corner there and on the corner here. This piece here, obviously I've run out of. I think, to be honest with you, it's probably going to be all right, because I've still got to work out what I'm doing door wise here, so it's going to feature as part of that bit, which is a whole other story. Basically, I need to get a door on before I start entertaining. I mean, it's fine for me and the kids, and in fairness, I can't imagine anyone else being on here, but still, you know, I think even Ava's now 13. I don't think she'd want to have a wee kind of there with us here. So yeah, I need to sort out a bathroom door. But yeah, this is good. Need to put another socket in here, so I'm only going to have 2 on the dinette. I've got a whole load of these things which I totally forgot about, which are these kind of inserts. So it's kind of best of both worlds. So, and you can put in either 1 or 2 USBs into those, and they just go into the cigarette thing. The only thing is that I do like the all-in double USB, because then when you take the USB cable out, sometimes that ends up coming out, and also it's just another thing to go wrong. It's just another connector. I've gone through like a million of those in the car. They just break all the time. So although in fairness, that's all quite straightforward to fix if it were to go wrong. So yeah, that's all pretty good. I'll crack on with that tomorrow, but I think it's probably a bit late now to keep the multi-tool out. It makes a right racket, so I think I'll probably call it a night now. But I've just realised, actually a couple of days ago, I forgot to mention it, that this channel's now had 1 million views. So, I mean, in fairness, I don't think that's anything really to shout about, because when my daughter showed me something a few weeks ago, she said, "Oh, I've got to show you this," and I think by the time she passed me the phone, it already had 13 million views. So I don't think 1 million over 5 months is anything. But anyway, thank you anyway all so much for watching. It's that's crazy. But anyway, hope it's all been useful. Hope you're finding it all kind of informative still. But yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.